Hello, my dear learners. This is Dr. Sedhupathy, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Today, we are going to discuss about disk scheduling in operating system. So, agenda for today's discussion will be what are all the hard disk drive scheduling and different types of scheduling algorithms like FCFS, scan and C-scan and so on. So basically, hard disk scheduling is the operating systems responsible for using hardware efficiently. For the disk drivers, this means having fast access time and fast bandwidth or data recovery from hard disk memory to processor access or seek time. So which means the ultimate aim, which is to minimize the hard disk drive data seek time, which is seek time is basically approximately to seek distance. Disk bandwidth is the total number of bytes transferred divided by the total number of time between the first request for the service and the completion of the last data transfer from hard disk drive to the processor main memory. Coming to disk scheduling, there are many sources of disk input output requests are available. Few examples here is operating system request, system processes, user process and so on. Basically, input output requests include input output mode, which means read or write mode, and another thing is disk address, memory address, number of sectors or type of data to be transferred. Generally, operating system maintains a queue of requests, also termed as pool of requests, per disk or per device. Idle disk can immediately work on input output requests. Busy disk means work must be unqueued. There are certain optimization algorithms which only make sense when queue exists. In the past, operating systems responsible for queue management and disk drive head scheduling. And here you can see the type of disk scheduling algorithm based on certain example. You suppose understand that drive controllers have small buffers basically, and which can able to manage a queue of input output requests of various depth. There are several algorithms exist to schedule the servicing of disk input output requests. The analysis is true for one or many platters. We can able to realize these situations by means of one example. Here there are scheduling algorithms with a request queue numbers from 0 to 199. At present, assume that there is a head pointer at 53. How the requests are actually processing? Let's see by different type. FCFS algorithm is nothing but first come first serve. From the illustration, you can able to observe that the header it actually starts from 53 and first queue is 98. So head moves from 53 to 98 and the second value is 183. Then head moves from 98 to 183 and again from the queue 37. So head moves from 183 to 37 and so on, 37 to 122 and to 14 and to 124 and 265. Finally, it reaches 67. So as far as concerned with queues, the first come first serve scheduling algorithm blindly follows the queue number. It never ever rearranges the queue order starting from the head starts value 53. And coming to scan algorithm. So basically the disk arm starts on one end of the disk and moves toward the another end, servicing requests until it gets to the other end of the disk, which means continuously it starts from one end to and moves towards the another end. In between, what are all the service request queues available which completes the service, and reversed and servicing continues from the right to left and left to right order. The scan algorithm, sometimes also called as elevator algorithm. Let's understand the algorithm with an example. See, look at here. the same value of queues available like from 98, 183, 37 up to 67, again head starts from 53. But here in this scan algorithm, head starting to scan from 53 towards left end of the disk, which means it's going to reach 37 and 14 and to 0. Again from left to right it moves up to the right end. Then it moves the disk from 0 to 65 and 67 and 98, 122, 124, and finally it reaches to 183 at the right end of the disk. Coming to C-scan algorithm. Before getting understand this, the theoretical content, you can observe here how the concept happens. It actually starts from clockwise direction. Whereas in previous scan algorithm, it starts towards the nearest left hand side. But it actually starting from 53, it goes towards the right side, 65, 67, 98 and so on. And it moves on to rightmost end. Once it reaches the rightmost end, immediately it goes to the leftmost end, zeros. It will not track back like scanning algorithm, regular scan algorithm. So hope you understand something. And thank you for your patience listening, my dear learners. I hope you can understand somehow how disk scheduling algorithms working. I will see you with some other interesting topic in future. Thank you so much, my dear learners.